Hi, how are you? It was 9 days that I was not at my desk. I was in a journey in Europe, and now I'm there, and I can continue with my speech and my recording. Today I will speak about the recording that I did about 2 weeks ago. Presto, the last movement of the first sonata by Bigaglia, for flute, I think, or for soprano recorder, tenor recorder, violin, oboe, and basso continuo. We will listen and we will speak about it. Is Presto is more than Allegro, in my experience. But of course, it's not a virtuosistic. Not of course, but this is not a virtuosistic piece. It's gallant, it's lovely, but has not to be like a concert. Has be bim 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 1 2 3 1 2 3. The shape of the music is done with by the bass. So you have to follow the bass. This is, I think, the first 8 bars, the first section. We are in D major with the C sharp and the F sharp. Not so easy with a recorder, but better with the tenor than with an alto recorder. We listen and then we will speak about. Okay, this is the first section. Probably the first note cannot be made short because it's not. Also, the bass will not make. There are no sense. The first note of each bar is the stronger. Normally in time that is 3/8. 1 2 3 1. Is in the second bar C sharp A C sharp is surely. In the third bar there is 2 possibility to continue with this interpretation as valzer, or because it's melodical, so it could be, or the bar number 4. It's similar to bar number 1, but in effect, in the bar number 1, the A is related with G. The G is not a beginning. No sense to start with G if we are in D major with the chord of D major, D, F sharp, A. But in the bar number 4, the F and the D are in the chord D, F sharp, A, so it could be that the F sharp has nothing to do with the D. Taran, you can also break. Taran tan ta da 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 da. Okay, we will listen again. It's strange, the conclusion, the bar 7. The bar 7 has the same structure of the bar 4. In the bar 8, 9, 10, 11, there is a tied note. I don't remember if I did it. I'm not falling in love from this style note because they make a wax solution, a less stark solution, weak solution. With the tile note, we don't have rhythm. Do, do. But it is written, so we don't know what was the intention of the author. We will listen again. Okay, stop. Woo! Oh. We lose the music. Okay, we will find it again. Okay, good. I forgot that in the bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I did an ornament. When you have 3 notes that going down, A, G, F, E, you can make an ornament in the first, in the second, in the third, but the more common and more easy is to make the ornaments in the second. A, G, F. Ta, ta. It's easy because you have to move just one finger. It works especially when the 3 notes are going down, but 2 bars before, E, F sharp, G, you can make in the second note. It's more easy, especially in the French music, when the 3 notes are going down in a melodical way. Thus you can make this A, B, C. Between D and E it's more difficult because there is some noise, because the E and the D are in 2 different registers. It's a little unusual, the last bar of the page, E, A, C, because before we had B, G, B, and so we are writing E, C, E. But we wrote E, A, C because after you want to have again another E. It's not a good solution, but it's necessary. So we will listen again from the beginning and we will check what will happen in the second page. One moment. Here we are. Now I listen. I did an ornament 3 bars before the end of the page upon B. Okay, the rule are that this ornament has to start with C. So the first things different of the rule that I make tied this note without the repetition of the B, of the C. Okay. The second is that I is not following the rule, is that I make this ornament before the beat. I will play very slow. not really following the rules of the ornaments, but is related to the speed and to the position. If it were an adagio, I will play with the second C and starting with the beat. But it is fast, it's an allegro. So it's more natural to start before and to finish on the beat. Okay, we will listen again from the beginning and then we will go in the second page. Okay, I did the same ornaments at the end of the first page between F and E, and in the second page between G and F. This is something very normal, very usual. When you have a similar situation, we can make similar ornaments. So it's not monotone. The music is with repetition, so making repetition of ornaments makes sense. It is interesting what happened in the second page, bar 5, G sharp A, in the higher G sharp A. The composer write a tied note between the first note and the second. This starts in the bar 3. It's quite impossible to make tied C sharp and G sharp. To make legato, tied lower A and higher G sharp, this is impossible. For this reason, and for another reason that I will explain, I prefer to make tied not the first and the second note in bar 3, 5, 7, but the second and the third. Tied G sharp A. I think it's take more sense. Probably with the violin you can, but with the tenor recorder you cannot make legato lower A and higher G sharp. So I will play slowly this page. And then cadenza. Modulation in A minor. But probably not a modulation, just a D sharp for making something with more tasteful. And then you have to start again. It would be a good idea to make something before the A, the first note of the piece. You can make something like this, or F G A, D E F G A, D C sharp D A F, no, D C sharp D E F E F G A. I don't remember what I did. We will listen. I did nothing. Yeah. I did nothing. I did just an mordente. Sometimes when you're reading this manuscript, this ancient score, it is difficult to make the reprise to start again, because you don't find very easily where you have to start. So probably for this reason I did nothing. But you can make it. There is the time for making this. Three possibilities. But in this recording I did nothing. Better to make nothing than to make a mistake. We will see if I did some ornaments. When a piece is fast, there is less ornaments, because it's difficult to play the note, the written note. So you have to check to control the technique for making the note clear, without noise, without mistake. So, and then the score is so fast. You're reading the score, you go too fast from a bar to another, that sometimes you have not the time for deciding something new. I don't remember what I did. We will listen. Interesting. Okay. In the second bar, I did the note between C sharp and A. So I'm continuing with the scale, and I play the scale with pair tied. Ta 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 ta. And now A G F. I did something a little complicated, but not bad. A B G A F G. After each note you make a note higher. Be careful with the tied note A B, because sometimes it doesn't work. This is something that I make many times. Iterazione, a repetition. The text has G sharp A, 8, and I play G sharp A, G sharp A 2 times in 16. So it's like when you say Aldo, and in the repetition you will say Aldo Aldo. It's a rhetorical effect. So the score is and I have played something that I like, and then not many, but some composer wrote it in the score. This I decided to make a mordente superiore upon A, G sharp A, so I did B A B A. The problem when you have this idea, where it is easy, after you have to make it also if there is some complicated position. There is not so complicated between in the bar after C sharp and D and the bar after F sharp and E. But the piece is speed, so you have to move very fast your finger. For making it, what is important is to make clearly the first note of this ornament. In the bar with A, the first note it is B. In bar with C sharp, the first note is D. And in bar with E, starting with E, the first note is F sharp. Okay, we will listen. Oh, this is interesting. If you play with another person, another people, you can make a corona, stopping, a point d'orgue upon this B. Not because A, B, C, B need this. No, because the piece starts again after this B. And B and A has nothing to do. You can make a relationship between this B and this higher A. So normally I prefer to make a rallentando, but when I make self-duo, I recording before one voice and after the other. I recorded before the harpsichord, and the harpsichord doesn't need to make a rallentando. So recording the harpsichord, I didn't thought that at this point it was rallentando, but recording the recorder, I noticed that in this moment I had to make a rallentando. With the two voices together. And then da 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 da. This is just an opinion. Okay, in this first time that I play the second part, there is not so much ornaments, because if you make many ornaments the first time that you play something, when you make the repetition, what will you do? So it's better the first time that you play a section of a piece not to make so many ornaments. So you can put the ornaments when you make the repetition. Okay, we will listen without rallentando. This is not really for a composer. The idea is, but it doesn't work very well after the three note after. I was surprised from this E, and I had the question if it was a mistake, but it's not a mistake, it's simply not marvelous. What we have to notice is that these 4 bars are repeated, so it's really like an echo. So normally the echo we will play piano. I don't remember what I did, but normally in an echo we will play piano. Okay, here I changed a note where is written F, E, F, A, F. I played an G. This is what is done 2 bars after. works better. So I think this A was a mistake. The difference between A and G is not so strong that it can be an interesting and elegant idea by the composer. So I thought that it is A the first time and A the second time. Also because before it was an echo, normal echo, and in my opinion this is a normal echo. When you have to make an echo, you don't need to make strong things. Because the repetition is still one echo, the people will thinking that you are making an echo. So just a very little difference make a great effect. Just not so much. Just 5% minus. Okay. And then the piece is like starting again. And after F, G, E, D has the conclusion. But in the last line, instead of D, we have a triple repetition. It's typical from the Baroque music. We will listen what I did and then we will see what I did in the repetition. I did the same as before, but I was not able to make in 3 notes, and I stopped before to make a mistake, so probably it's more elegant in 2 than in 3. It's better that, because it's a little too much. Okay. The trill make the effect of a corona, point d'orgue. Because the trill avoided the tempo. We lost the tempo. So this is a good solution if you cannot make a rallentando and a long B. The second time that I played the last line, upon this higher A, I did a mordente. And when you make last note together with something else, try to finish the last note in the same moment. So it's bad when the flute make a long note and the harpsichord make a short, or vice versa. The harpsichord make and the flute stop before. Try to finish the sound together. Okay, I hope it has been useful. Bye bye.